short on money, short on love. That's how the wayside takes, the wayside keeps its ghosts. Thick as fears, my fears and me, we've been rolling now 10 years deep. That's how the wayside takes, and it keeps a hold on me. Oh, I'm living in a no man's land, nowhere land, no place left to go. When I'm running for myself, I'm holding on to hope. It's struggle in the cold, and there's places I can't leave, and they're leaving a mark on me. So I'm living in a no man's land, everywhere I go, I'm running from myself. Right age, wrong crowd, blamed it all on my hometown, but it wasn't them, they never let me down. No, it was me, I drank, I smoked, I held it in until I choked. Still these roots are wrapped around my feet. Oh, I'm living in a no man's land, nowhere land, no place left to go. When I'm running for myself, I'm holding on to hope. It's struggle in the cold, and there's places I can't leave, and they're leaving a mark on me. So I'm living in a no man's land, everywhere I go, I'm running from myself. So I'm living in a no man's land, everywhere I go, I'm running from myself. Put my love, 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 put my love into focus. A picture tells 1,000 words, but I can't seem to read what's on your mind. The silence is the loudest voices screaming at me, laying by your side. Heartbeats are lost inside this room, watching you turn into someone I never knew. Having a life that's slipping out of you, holding on to you. If we focus on this moment, bring the fragments of the darkness into light. So won't you put my love, 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 put my love into focus. So won't you put my love, 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 put my love into focus.
All right, guys. What is going on? What is Gucci? What is Gucci, gang? Hope you guys are ready to learn something today, as per usual. As per usual. Okay. You guys ready to learn something? Drop some ones in the chat if you guys are ready to learn something today. If you're ready to learn something today, drop some ones in the chat. Now, what's today? Monday, right? Excuse me. So, the other day, Saturday, I decided to record a video. I know I haven't put out like a YouTube video in a while. You know, besides the market reviews and the live streams. Outside of that, right? I'm like, okay, it's been a minute since I've dropped a YouTube video. Let me, you know, release something. So I thought about low risk, high reward setups. And I was like, okay, I will put out a trading strategy around low risk, high reward setups. Now, I do have a couple videos on that already. I know it's been a while since the first one came out. I think it's called Low Risk, High Reward Setups. So Thursday, you will learn more about that. So what's interesting about that is last night on gold. So and that's why I'm telling you, because you may not have seen it. Wasn't really something that I was trying to do. I was just, you know, bringing the attention there. But we'll go over it. You guys want to do that? You guys want to do that? Do you remember this? I know I shared it all over my social media already, you know? And I was kind of being an asshole. I was like, at what point does this become showing off? Asking for a friend. So, do you guys want to go over this? Yay or nay? Yes or no? Would you like to go over something like this? Now, mind you, Sunday at 6:30, I really wasn't expecting such an explosive move in a couple of hours, to be fair. But I still brought your attention to it before the Corvette candle started to print here and here as well. You guys want to know how to shake the magic crystal ball in order to, you know, do that, basically? Okay. So it's really not anything new, honestly. It's not. But what have we been focused on recently? When I told you to go watch the T-Trade series, when I told you to go watch that, what were some things I told you to look out for? What were they? And while you do that, we'll do our intro shoutouts. What is good? Naruto, Convicted Capitalist, Jorix, Pop, R, Willow, Eberneth, Roger, Oscar, Adam, 2020. New week, new setups. Absolutely. Better mindset. I would hope so. Jonas, Marshall, Victor, ADHD, Torty, Ram, Alex C, Sean, I don't know, Sean, refresh your screen. I don't know what's going on, big fella. Do we need to do a sound check again? Drop some twos if you guys can see and hear. Drop a 2 in the chat if you guys can see everything, my chart, my face, my beard, and you can hear me. Yes, John, we can hear your ranting. We can hear it. We can hear your bullshit. Okay, right, Victor. Shift in price delivery or a shift in the state of delivery. Either one of those would work. Better understand phases of price action. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. So, although, like, me personally, I don't teach you the phases. That's why I sent you over there. I'm not going to do it. But what I did tell you to focus on, one of them was, yes, the shift in price delivery or shift in the state of delivery. That's what CISD stands for, a change in the state of delivery, CISD. Okay. We saw that today. Oh, we saw that actually more than once. We see that. We see it all the time, rather. We have one over here. I'll go over gold in just a minute, but I want you to get this first before we do that. Now, mind you, today so far has generally been very search and destroy, right? We have highs getting swept back into the range, lows being swept back into the range, leaving buy side open, sell side not taken. I think ES did take that low though, so you know there's really no sustained moves unless you caught shorts above the high or longs below the low. No problem. But stuff like this, okay, where you have this is actually an engineered low because we don't end up taking Friday's low here just yet. But in the short term, if the market is going to go lower, it's going to go higher first. So when we do get our engineered low, we trade higher. And what we're looking at is these three down candles together. And we're looking at the bodies. And those get traded through at 9:01, right? So we actually get 9 o'clock below the open of the hour. We close through that. So that right there could be a long or either one of those two. And I've already shown you propulsions before. I don't really use them, to be honest. It's not a term I made or created. It's like the secondary. It's the down candle after the other down candles, right? So there's your shift in the state of delivery right there. Trade back into it. We trade higher. If you didn't long that, it gave you an opportunity here and here. And if you didn't long any one of those three, that down candle gets traded through there, back into it here. So plenty of opportunities to long, to go higher. We trade above equities open, but we did not get 80-30. And I'll talk about that later if you don't let me forget. Okay. So when, right, we get a change in the state of delivery in the direction of opposing liquidity, that's solid. It's the same. It's no different like with the inversion as well. Once we get an imbalance, the last imbalance on the way lower gets traded through. That is also a shift in the state of delivery. I put that out, I don't know how long ago. Probably last year sometime. At least two different ways to find a shift in the state of delivery. Right, and Arto top down as well. That's correct. And the protected swing, right. So, and again, I might be wrong, but he would call that probably a protected swing. But that is only a protected swing to the extent of like taking that high. Because as we know already, when price doesn't take a long-term low and rallies off of it instead, that is an engineered low. So it might be protected for a little while. It might be protected for the short term, but in the long term, we know that engineered lows are going to get wrecked. So, you know, Nothing lasts forever, right? What did what's his name? Heraclitus say, no man steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. Well, the concepts are no different. That might be bullish for now, but it ain't gonna be bullish forever. All right. That inversion might be bullish now, but it ain't gonna be forever. It's the same shit. Concepts last for a little while. They never last forever. You know? But yes, I did tell you to pay attention to that too. You guys are stuck on a loading screen? So some people can see it and some people can't. That's chopped, bro. I don't have the... It shouldn't be going. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. It might be the weather, sure. Could be a UK thing. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Regan. All right, well, seems like the stream is as choppy as today's price action, so that's pretty fitting there. Anyways, I've already got this labeled. I'll put an alert up there. I'm actually a little bit surprised. Buy side liquidity at 23,784 and a quarter for NQ. What I really wanted to see was 23,719. I wanted to see that taken, and we did not get that. So that's okay. Price has not done a lot of what I anticipated today. It's done a few things, but not everything. I can't always be right, chat. I know it looks like that, but I'm not. All right. Those down candles here traded through. We do get a retracement, and then we extend towards higher pricing. So anyway, now we can, I think I got rid of it. Now we can go over gold, if you guys are ready for that. And I know sometimes this does look a little bit blurry. It looks blurry on my end too. It should now. That should look totally fine. All right. So what we're going to do is, instead of going into the chart at current price, what I did is I did take a screenshot, right? So I usually do not trade Asia. I usually do not trade Sunday evening. I gave up Sunday evening many years ago, but I at least wanted to show you what it looks like, right? So what are we looking at down here? What can you tell me about this right here? It may not look like much, right? It may not look like much, but if you know what to look for, this can mean a lot. So talk to me. What has taken place here so far? And don't worry about the gray box. It's not labeled. What is labeled is sell side liquidity. We're below that. Do we want to short below old lows? The gray box is a daily imbalance. So we are near the low end of that, aren't we? So if we're at the discount end of an imbalance on the daily, we're below sell side liquidity. What else we got going on? Yeah, Danny, you're fired. You're done. Toast with no jelly and no butter. Just toast. All right, capitalists, there you go. Shift in praise delivery. Right, those these three down candles put together, especially with that one, that last one, had traded below those two. Right, we get these up candles right here, And then guess what? We trade right back into it, don't we? Right. So what can we reasonably expect? 3371.1 at the time of the screenshot. What can we reasonably expect? What can a trader reasonably expect? Okay, there's your shift. Right there. Right, we do get, it trades through the series of down candles. It actually closes as well. That's even better. Not required, but it is better. We go back into it to the extent of that gap right there. Then we take off. Then I tweeted, I said gold with the eyes emoji. All right. So we do trade back down here, which is not a problem. But why did we do that? You guys ask me that shit all the time. Why did it do this? Why did it do that? I don't know everything, bro. I don't know everything. I know a lot. I know quite a lot, actually. But I do not know everything. But I do know on the 5-minute time frame, there's a gap right there. See that? Price extends lower. Right? Look at that. Retracement, right? Extension low or expansion lower, expansion higher. Reversal signature. We sort of drift like most people through life, right? Heavy with the philosophy this morning. We get that slow retracement into the gap. What can we expect after that? The absolute fucking bang. What are you talking about? The absolute bang. Bang. Look at that. Is that not fucking beautiful? Now, we gave most of that up already, but you don't need all that, right? When we zoom out, let's go to 15, matter of fact, right? When you zoom out, what do we have on the upside? We got all this shit over here. You remember in the Discord, I told you, I don't know if it was, what day was that? Friday, right? I was going to joke, but then I thought about a friend of mine who has cancer, and I was like, I'm not going to say it. What I wanted to say was this chart is horrendous. I screenshotted it. I sent it in the Discord, and I told you what it was. I said, gold looks horrendous. Yeah, it's cool. He's a good guy, too. I feel fucking terrible. I feel awful. He doesn't know that I know. So y'all don't even know who I'm talking about either. So it's I ain't putting nobody's business out there, but he doesn't know that I know. Anyway, I screenshotted this over here. What do we have up there, bro? I did say that, Roger. I said gold is cheeks. Well, that was last night. Yeah, or either Sunday evening. No. Sunday afternoon or Saturday. Whatever fucking day you asked. But what's that up here, man? That is buy side liquidity. That's buy side, baby. Look at that. That's why I asked you before we got there. What's after a sweep of sell side liquidity? Boom. That's right. Buy side liquidity. How hard is that? Well, that's not hard at all. But again, like I said already, dude, the fact we got more volatility on a Sunday than we did on Friday is like, I look at that and I don't know what to do with that. I just say, okay. You know, just like Dow the other day gave us more volatility in the after hours than we got in equities. Like, shit makes no sense sometimes to me, you know? But anyway, that is what I was trying to get you to look at, right? Look at gold. I didn't say long. I sure as shit didn't say short. We don't short below old lows. But that was the idea, right? Expansion lower, expansion higher with a shift in the state of delivery. Slow. It's not a shallow retracement, but it is very, very slow in terms of we got speed higher and slowness lower. And then even if you missed it, right? Even if you missed that or this over here, you got up candles right there. Or I said up candles. You got down candles right here. Look at that. Down candles, shift in the state of delivery right there. You get a return into all of those right there and the imbalance too. Come on, man. You think that's late? You think that's late, buddy boy? You think that's fucking late? Look at the move. Look at the move. Whoops. Where'd my tweet go? You think that's late? In a move like that, you think that's late? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. So, it's really not that hard, bro. Right? So what have you learned today? We take out old lows. If the market's going to go higher, it's going to go lower first. Again, nothing new. It's nothing new. Lower before higher. We take out, I don't know if it was Friday's low or some fucking low. Whatever low that was. Took it. Silver was higher. So what does that tell you? Gold went lower while silver's higher. That's manipulation. Manipulation. Confirmed. Right? Fractal low. Expansion higher. After expansion lower is a reversal signature. Retracement. Slow. What's after a retracement? Expansion. Wow. So impossible. So hard to fucking understand. So difficult, right? What's that right there? 3384.6. What's that? Triple highs. Consolidation that we left open. Oh. So that's a, oh, buy model. Look at that. Look at that. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution. Oh, look at that. Big ass AMD. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Wow. Wow. Real difficult stuff here, chat. Real difficult stuff. And then we extend higher. To the extent of, I don't know. Personally, I thought we may go up there, and we never did. So that's okay. It doesn't need to do that. Capturing the majority of a move is good enough. And if it's not good enough for you, then you need to check your ego, my friends. You need to check your egos. Okay? God, this afternoon, dude. This afternoon has been something else. Something else. Oh, actually, let's take a brief look at ES. So here's that low that I was referring to. I think so. 9. Okay. That's right. So 9:47 Central Time, which is the low of AM session, of the AM session, because then lunch is pretty much here, so lunch does take us lower. What I did not like about this, honestly, is just the way we did this. We get that candle, a small gap too, and then the down candle. So when I looked at that, I'm like, well, shit. Am I using just that candle or these three together? So I just gave up on trying to look at that and just let that go. But for argument's sake, let's say we don't include the, I forget what people call that, doji, emoji candle, whatever it is. If we use the last down one, that's fine. We trade through it, back into it. Those down candles here traded through with an imbalance on the way. See that? Boom. back into the imbalance, mitigation. That is my mitigation model, or the mitigation model rather. I mean, it's something I introduced to the MLM industry, but who cares? There's that. We just took whatever high that lunch's high. And so NQ may follow suit, as I told you. You're fucking welcome. Look at that. Market wizardry, part 5. Real difficult shit, right? We should go higher. Higher. Man. How many days am I going to get lucky, dude? How many days? How many days in a row am I going to get lucky, dog? I guess we'll never know. Right? Kanye voice. I guess we'll never know. Drop some twos in it. Drop some wizards in the chat if you guys have learned something today so far. I'm literally telling you where price is going before it goes there. Right? So we get to study that together. Is that not fucking badass, bro? Is that not absolutely badass, man? Come on. So, but again, like I said, I did not like the way we made the low. I just didn't. I looked at it. I was like, do I like this? I don't like it. You know what I mean? But ES was like, you know what, John? I don't give a damn. I'm going to take that low, not take London. I'm going to leave London open. And then I'll go higher like you anticipate, but I'm not giving you the entry that you want. And that's how markets work. That's how fucking markets work, man. All right. Dow. I could put my tweets on here, but honestly, we have been range bound all day. All day. All day. So, did I time that correctly? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I did say, I don't remember what I said. A high and then a higher high or another set of highs or something. I don't know. I can't remember anything past the last 10 minutes. Let me take a look. Mixed morning, no surprise for a Monday, right? Dow high and highs looking juicy. Will FAFO. That was at 9:39. Right, that was at 9:39. That was I'll just do 9:40. All right. Not a well-timed tweet, you could say, right? Because that was there. And then we got all of this. Ugh, gross. So, if we do get there, that would be cool. But I'm not in anything. Not anymore. So, thank you, Dow, for the break even. We appreciate that. But we got buy side. So, any longs, you should partial, in my opinion, right? Not financial advice. But you guys saw what happened on Friday when I told you to partial in the Trade House Telegram. Because we made a new high and then that was it. Right? That's why we like to take partials. How far can price go above a high? Or let's say a high or a series of highs? To the next available imbalance, which we got that too. Oh yeah, 8:30. I told you to remind me about that. 8:30, I think it's possible. Again, for clarity's sake, I don't like the way we made our low of the day. I don't like it. I don't trust it. But if we were to look at regular trading hours, right? We were on electronic. Now we can swap to regular trading hours, right? Regular. Like these hoes, right? 23,830 and a half is some highs up here. which has not been met in the equities session, basically. So that's why I think we could do that. We could trade up here, and I do like that as an upside objective. But again, dude, look where we're at, man. This is not great. This is not great. Down here might have been great because you are at the low end of the range. You do get ES to take that low, but NQ doesn't, which is fine. But now that we didn't take that low, now we have low resistant lows. And now, so we have equal highs, low resistant lows, and we're right in the middle of the range again. So, you know, I look at that and I just, you know, what do you do with it? What do you do with it, chat? I don't know. I'd rather just not trade it. You know what I mean? So, you guys have any questions so far? Do you have any questions so far? We went over relative strength a little bit. We went over buy side liquidity. I told you that earlier. We probably will trade higher. I told you why 830 is a possibility, but we didn't jam that low here. So, I mean, that could be accumulation. It could be, but it's hard to tell for me personally. ES, just the way we just traded off this retracement here, that just doesn't give me confidence. That doesn't look like strength to me. You know, but hey, what do I know? And then Dow regular trading hours. I don't know. I'm pretty speechless, honestly. So that's, I mean, that's about all I got, man. That has been today. Some parts fairly clean, some, but it had to meet very specific criteria. We had to be below equities. We had to have already taken Friday's low, and then we get a short-term divergence. Then we get a shift in price delivery, and then we get expansion to the extent of buy side and the next imbalance. But look how quickly that's been given up, right? In this type of environment, bro, if you're not parceling above highs, if you're long, the market will come back for your shit, man. No free lunch on Wall Street. No free lunch on Wall Street. Adam says, I tell people about trading. Well, there's your first mistake. And they think it's gambling. I know it's not, but how do I explain to someone who doesn't know anything about trading? What's up, G? It has been a minute, my friend. How are you doing? The thing about, hold on, let me take a swig. The thing about whatever it is that you do, especially trading, the very first thing people are going to reference is either their own results, which is probably shit, or maybe some nightmare stories that they've heard of, like, oh, so-and-so little Johnny from down the street, you know, bought fucking dick butt coin and lost $1,000, and, you know, oh, that's all the scam. That's all the scam, right? So you can't really convince people. The only thing that you can do is show results that you have. You know what I mean? What do you think got me where I am today? What do you think it was? Why do you think I was invited to the MLM industry? Why do you think people ask me, hey, John, teach me how to do this, teach me how to do that? Look at the very tweets from last night on gold. Look at the very tweets from, I don't know, Thursday or Friday on Dow Jones. I walk price like a fucking dog. And there's not a lot of people that can do that. Right? So you show them. And yeah, it is Saratoga, Oscar. I used to do that all the time. When I actually started to know what I was doing, bro, I used to be a douchebag, dog. I'm telling you, I used to be a douchebag. I used to like nudge people. Hey, bro, did you watch ES today? Did you watch the market? I told you yesterday it was going up. Is it up or down? You know, like I was just being an asshole, bro. Straight left and right, which I don't recommend to do. I was a douche. And it just got to the point where like, yeah, bro, okay, are you going to teach me or, you know, what the fuck? So that's when I started teaching one-on-one and did like, you know, small group, like 5-6 small groups or whatever. And it wasn't long after that is when I met the Trade House online, Daniel, actually. I think I've told you guys that story before. He took one of my posts. He copied and pasted one of my posts. And I was like, hey, bro, why not just share or tag me? Like, why do you have to take my shit? And I wasn't in, you know, he was kind. I was kind. And, you know, we became friends shortly after. And then, you know, it was after that, it was, hey, you know, join the Trade House. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then it took off from there. Anyway, it's a long-winded way of saying you don't just want to tell people about trading. You want to show them stuff, right? You want to show them results. If you don't have results, then yeah, it's fucking hard. It's hard, especially if you have a job. You can't really tell your coworkers shit. Now, again, I used to be a douche, and I'd be up on a trade, and I'd be showing my coworkers. I'd be like, hey, bro, how much do we make a day? You know, based on our paycheck, how much do we make a day? And then I'm like, I showed him my phone. I'm like, look at this. And he's like, is that real money? I'm like, yeah, that blue is how much I'm up. You can see it fluctuating. Yeah, trust me. I was not always a good person. I'll put it to you that way, right? You have to show people stuff. If you don't have anything to show, then it's impossible. Appreciate that, G. I don't know if you're still here. If you are, keep up the good work on Twitter. You share a lot of good, valuable information. I think you should have more followers than you do, but I think a lot of us are like that, honestly. Only the goobers get famous. Only the people who sell really expensive shit get famous. So maybe one day, but whatever. So yeah, in short, it's just, you got to lead by example. Like Stephanie said, lead by example. If not, then you just leave them to their own devices. Most people are going to stay broke. Most people are going to stay overweight. Most people are going to be really bad with money. Most people are going to be still depressed and anxious and never become a student. And they're just going to live a very mundane existence. Again, I know we're heavy on the philosophy today, but just take a look around, bro. Literally just take a look around. You wouldn't believe some of the conversations that I have with people. You know, people see when I step out of my car and they look at the things I wear and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, this guy drives such a nice car. He looks like a bum. You know, black shirt, black shorts, Sperry's with no socks. Like, who is this guy? You know? But then we get to talking and people are so shocked. You know? You gotta show results, man. You gotta, you know, do that, or just can't help everybody, bro. Hell, I've had students that don't even like me anymore. They learn half of what they fucking know from me. People change, dog. No man steps in the same river twice. It is what it is. I don't control people's opinions. I don't control what you do. You want to trade or don't trade. You want a long, you want a short. You like certain concepts over other ones. Who cares? Do what you want. I almost never wear socks with Sperry's, bro. Never. Sometimes. It's hot as shit, bro. Are you not aware, dog? Are you not aware, my friend? Look, in Houston right now, it's 93 and it will be 95 here shortly. Do you understand? Look at that. 90. Where's my shit? 93 with a high of 95 in a couple hours. You bet your ass I'm not wearing socks. No, I don't do one-on-ones, bro. I thought about it the other day. That's why I asked you on my story. Because I still get questions on it all the time. John, do you do one-on-ones? I don't. And part of it, and again, look, I don't want to sound like a douche. I don't want to sound like a douche. It's not going to be cheap. If that were to happen, it would not be cheap. Okay. I'm already here for free, 4 hours a week for free. I do 2 market reviews. I have all the videos you could probably ask for. I have all types of tweets you can study. Like, there's so much that I've done. I really don't see the point. I really don't see the point. For what? What you're probably looking for in a one-on-one from me is not knowledge and information, because it's out there. What you're probably looking for is accountability. That, or you just want me to roast you. I don't know. And I don't know. I just think your money is better spent elsewhere. To be fair. Let's just say, okay, hypothetically, let's just say I were to say, all right, bro, you and me will have a one-on-one, however much it is, 200, 300, whatever, who cares? It's not even, I don't have a service. Let's just say it's $200. Okay. You pay $200, we sit down, and then what? You're going to ask me questions that I've already answered on the live streams. You're going to ask me questions that have already been answered in videos or in, let's say, a live chat, for example. You know what I mean? So are you paying just to pay attention? Are you paying for accountability? You want me to try and figure out what you're doing wrong? You can do that on your own. There's no... Why would you want to pay for that? So again, I could see that. Look, I'll put it to you this way too. So I had a person hit me up the other day. I ain't gonna say who it is, right? But they wanted to get into trading, and they were like, "Hey, John, I want to become a trader. You know, I was sent to you by someone else, and you know, I want to join the community, and I've got my last, you know, few dollars. I ain't gonna say how much it was, but they said, you know, I got my last X amount of dollars, you know, to give trading a shot." I said, look, I'm glad you want to join. I think it's great that you want to learn. However, I absolutely do not recommend taking the last amount of money this person had to put into a trading account. I was like, your money is better either spent on something you need, or, you know, maybe saving for a rainy day, because there's no way you're gonna make, you know, a lot of money with what this person told me. I was like, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna take you a long time to learn, and to take what you have and to make a lot of money with that, no. Your money is better spent saving, or I don't know, just doing something else. So, you know, That's probably the only financial advice I've ever given. The only actual financial advice was to turn down, you know, somebody who wanted to join the community. So I know, right? I'm not exactly Alex Harmozy in the marketing department, but I'll tell you what, man, it feels good being honest. It does. You know what I mean? I don't want to, I just wouldn't want to see that, you know, someone who only has a few dollars left, you know, just watch the free stuff, man. There's so much free stuff. You don't even need the paid stuff. And I feel way better, you know, doing that. So. Adam said, I'll pay to get the powers from the magic conch. Yo, that's... I gotta pin that. That's pretty funny. I'll agree. That is pretty funny. I found after trying to help multiple people that they end up not taking your advice. Thank you, Caplet. Yeah, right. Now you know how I feel. Now imagine if you had a group of 200 people that fucking paid to get into a Discord and 190 don't listen to you. Right. You try to help people and they don't listen. Exactly. Yeah, welcome to being a fucking mentor. Okay. Sorry, you got me riled up now. I don't know about you, but it annoys me to no end. Yeah. Imagine that, capitalist. Imagine how I feel. You should read this. You should read that. You should journal. Books got fucking dust. Journal ain't been written in since 2021. Yeah, but you're on the 4th season of fucking, what is it? That Dungeons and Dragons fucking show. You're on season fucking 7 of Game of Thrones. You can't help everybody, bro. Look, I love you guys, man. I give you my time. I give you my knowledge, but like, oh my God. Sometimes, man, y'all just make me want to just punch an old lady, bro. You know? Gosh. Anyway. Look how close we keep getting to buy side. Right? Equity's opening range. We got close here. Nope. We get close here again. Nope. Like, bro. What a day, man. What a day. Yeah, you're on season 75 of One Piece. But you're on chapter 2 of Atomic Habits. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't even know if you remember reading the book on your shelf. Did I read that or did I not read that? That's a problem. I have that problem too, but that's just because I have so many and sometimes I quit halfway through. But I'm telling you guys, man, mentorship is not for the weak, bro. Like being a mentor is not for the weak, bro. It's not. I used to hate this shit. I used to be like, why am I doing this shit? Real talk. But then, you know, you guys will post a funded certificate. You guys will post a payout. You guys will send me this, you know, 3-paragraph book on some success story that you've had. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll keep it going. I guess it's worth it. You know? So, you guys are hanging on by a fucking thread, I swear. By one of my beard hairs, man. So, if you ever decide to start a mentorship or you want to be a coach like elsewhere, you want to be a life coach or a leadership coach or maybe you're in really good shape and you want to start a yoga class or a physical training. You want to be a physical trainer or some shit, or a nutritional coach, XYZ, XYZ. You got to know, man, dealing with people is... There's a reason I lost my hair, dog. Like, y'all are frustrating as fuck, man. Not y'all specifically, but like just dealing with people in general, dude. Look how people drive. Look how people take the fruit and leave it where the Oreos are at. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell a decision was made there. You had the fruit, you swapped it for Oreos, and you left the cold produce in the aisle where there's no fridge. Like, you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, dealing with humans, dude. Ugh. Humans are the worst. So you gotta have live market data. It's like $10 a month. Yeah, I agree, Roger. When would you consider hanging it up as an educator? That's a great question. That is a great question. What I wanted to do, and Lee Bright's doing it so far. What I wanted to do was build people as educators who wanted to be educators. To potentially, you know, come up in the community and start leading the community. That's what I wanted. We'll see. We'll see if we can get those or not. But it's hard, man. I'm telling you, like, developing a trader is one thing, and then developing like a leader / educator is something entirely different. You could be a really good trader and like a bad teacher. I don't want that. So, I don't know. But I guess for conversation's sake, when would I know it's time to probably give up educating is whenever the testimonials dry up. If we stop getting testimonials, if we stop getting funded and we stop getting withdrawals and, you know, people start leaving and all that, yeah, I'll probably hang it up. I don't know, Roger, I'm just white. It's just genetics, bro. My dad's dad, my mom's dad, they were all bald, bro. So, I'm cooked. Marco, we long or short? We wanted to be bullish in here. We already got that. I don't know. I think personally, if I had to pick a direction, what is this? I would short if it was me. I know I said upside for Dow, and this. Look at this. Right? This is the best course of action for me is like not trading this. If I had to be forced to press a button, I'd say short. Yeah, somewhat like Trade House, for sure. But you know, Trade House is my boys. Those are my boys. And I love each and every one of them. But one thing a lot of us did not do was leadership development. I do think they are creating some monster traders. 100%. Same thing here. But a lot of us did not do any leadership development. So if they can develop the trader and develop the leader, yeah, I could definitely see Zenray going a long way. I could definitely see the trade house going a long way. The same way that we did all the shit that we did back in 2019 to 20 whatever, or 2018 to whatever it was for those years. Am I preaching or trading? We ain't no kids. I don't know. Probably preaching. I ain't no pastor though. Marco, you say short as well? Yeah, I mean, look, it's just, it looks heavy, right? Like Max's mom. Just looks heavy. Doesn't really look all that bullish. But you know what? If it does trade higher, you at least know why. Okay? you at least know why. So again, that to me is a high probability target. I just can't trust the lows. But if we do go higher from here, then I'll be proven wrong. So what are the top 3 books for trading you would say is a must read? Okay. So I didn't want to tell you this, but I guess I'll tell you. I already started outlining the next video, which probably won't be this month. It'll probably be the 1st or 2nd week of September. And I did put a list together. Now, the list is very long. It's hard for top 3. But if I had to say top 3 trading books, or at least books for trading, most of them aren't even trading related. I'd say Atomic Habits. No particular order. I would say Atomic Habits by James Clear. We'll throw Trading in the Zone, I guess. And then I would say The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. If we only did one per author, I'd say Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday. No, I lied. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Discipline would be my second choice. Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Yeah, how many is that? 4? I'd start with those. But I will get more into that in my next YouTube video. Not the one that comes out on Thursday. Thursday, I'm going to show you the low risk, high reward setups. Right? Thursday. Oh, I left these lines on here. Thursday, I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm not even on the right shit. Thursday, I'm going to show you how to do this. Which I did a lot of today. I'm going to show you how to do that on Thursday. For free. Okay? With nothing but horizontal lines. That's it. Just some horizontal lines on a chart. Anyway, I got a mix on right now, and this shit is jamming. So, anyway, it's after 1 o'clock. That's pretty much all that I got for you guys today. So, Reagan, or I think that's how you say that. I expect you to get some of those books. And when you get them, you should tag me on Instagram. You should also tag me on Instagram when you read them too. Because I'm telling you, those books are going to be absolute filthy. So, do that. Whenever, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, whenever it is, let me know. And that would be cool. So, with that being said, that is all that I got. Y'all be good. Be blessed. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow on Tuesday, the 19th, for another free live stream.
Guardate come crescono I gigli, non faticano, non filano. Guardate come crescono I gigli, non faticano e non filano. Eppure io vi dico, neanche Salomone, con tutta la sua gloria, vestiva come uno di loro. Come uno di loro. Come uno di loro. Rivestitevi dell'uomo nuovo creato secondo Dio. Rivestitevi dell'uomo nuovo creato secondo Dio. Rivestitevi dell'uomo nuovo creato secondo Dio. Come uno di loro. Rivestitevi dell'uomo nuovo, creato secondo Dio, nella giustizia vera e nella vera santità. Rivestitevi del Signore Gesù Cristo. Rivestitevi del Signore Gesù Cristo. Guardate come crescono I gigli, non faticano e non filano. Eppure io vi dico, neanche Salomone con tutta la sua gloria,